I bought strings. I bought 4 sets of the Savares, those pink ones.
Mhm.
Those are the ones I use on the other one. Because I want to try those on this one. They sent me 3 strings. It's 8.
Badass.
8 plus 8 is 16. It's 20 strings in total. And they sent me 3. And I'm like, wait. I think you forgot like a vast majority of the fucking shipment, dog. Like,
They're like, no, we nailed it.
what's up, guys? How are you guys doing tonight? It's nighttime.
But doesn't it matter when they're listening to it?
That's true. Well, I posted at nighttime. We got people like
I've seen
logged
that. Yeah,
on
people listen to it
at midnight,
like
bro.
as soon as it comes out.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn.
So someone right now is either going to sleep late. They're gonna wake up late for work.
Yeah.
They won't wake up for school. Whatever it is. But I appreciate them coming down for at midnight to come watch this episode. Or listen to it on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Anyway, what's up, guys? This is episode 21.
21.
20 fucking 1.
Veintiuno.
Damn, man. I remember being 21. Good times.
Me too?
Aren't you? How old are you? 23.
23. I remember 21 though. What was it doing?
Not
yeah, me acordé. Never mind. Shit.
Oh man, no, we are back again, guys, with CharroBeans podcast. I appreciate you guys coming back. If you haven't already, please rate the podcast. Like, I know a lot of y'all be listening. Like, I literally have the numbers, dude. I have the analytics. You guys are listening. So if you have a chance, it takes 5 seconds. Go on Apple Podcasts, rate us.
I mean, it's right there. Like when you go on the...
You literally scroll,
on
bro.
podcast, it says show, right? Like go to the show.
Yeah,
You
right.
just go all the way down. Y ya están las estrellitas. You just kind of fill it out, you know?
And then you just push 5. It's that simple. Leave us a review. All of that stuff helps us out, you know, grow as a podcast. So I just appreciate everybody coming back regardless. The Bean Squad, how
Squad?
I like to call. Yeah, they're coming
Bean
back and
Gang.
showing Bean Gang,
Charro Gang.
Charro Gang,
Charro Squad.
Charro Squad.
CharroBeans Squad. Right.
I don't know. Okay, we should stop. No, we were back again with CharroBeans. This was a good week for us, I guess. Hey, by the way, the time changed.
Yeah.
It feels late as fuck right now.
He gave me a fucking scare yesterday.
Yeah, now that the sun goes down a little bit quicker, you know, that it's a different vibe. And that's what I like about the weather, bro. Like, are you a cold person or you're a warm person?
I'm a warm person.
Okay, I'm the opposite.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
Like, I love when the temperature changes. Because, to be honest, like, the end of the year is the coolest for me because it's like all the coolest holidays are at the end of the year. You get a different vibe. Like, because the whole weather changes, it gets darker, it just feels spookier. I don't know, that's just me.
Well, mine changed thanks to you. Because when we used to ride together, you always had the fucking AC full blast.
Hey, hell yeah.
So I remember in the beginning, I would always be dying. I'm like, wait, how you doing today?
You look like a straight cab, bro. You were just like shaking
dude.
and shit.
But now I got used to it.
Yeah,
so like
okay.
I'm not like very cold or very hot or very cold. I'm more about like I feel like for me a good cold temperature is 50 degrees.
Okay.
Like that's all I want though. And then like my hottest would be like 85 or maybe 90. You know, like I'll live.
Anything
You know what I
after
mean?
75, I'm sweating.
Well, that's for you. You know, I'm just
Sweating.
saying for me. Like I'm in the middle now. I'm like room temperature area, not so much.
Okay, I see what you're saying because you like room temperature water, right?
Yeah,
Like you're just down that.
because I'll chug that shit, bro.
Yeah, see, I don't like that shit. If it's not ice cold, I don't want it. If it's not like Waterboy cold, have you seen Waterboy?
No,
God damn it! What I even fucking
bro. I told you this is what you got into.
In Waterboy, there's a thing that he carries around that's iceberg water,
Okay.
and it's always cold, no matter what. Like
That's cool.
that's the water that I want.
No, I can't do it because then I get a brain freeze or like my throat feels funny, feels like raspy, like I'm gonna get sick. But that's your life, bro. I'm happy for you. You know, it's all good stuff.
All petty and shit. Oh man.
Like stupid Chevy.
Anyway, guys, we kind of just went into that one.
Okay, wait. Real life?
Our intros are getting interesting, bro. It was a good week.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it was.
Yeah.
You didn't come like.
Yeah, I was.
2 out of the other day.
Salí con falta, way. I was absent. You know when you were in school and you get to your name and it's just absent. Nobody says your name. That was me, bro.
I always hated the tardies, bro.
Tardies?
Yeah.
Oh, like them petty ass teachers that just put you tardy and it's like, bro.
I don't know. You had to go to the restroom or like drink some water, you know.
Basic life necessities.
Yeah, and then they show up and they're like, "Why are you late?" Like, I'm sorry.
I'm like, miss, it's because your fucking classroom is on the top floor on the other side of the school.
Or that, yeah.
That's probably why. I mean, I was stressing.
I'm like, you think I wanted to be late, dude? Like, what's your
I'm
problem?
on your side.
Yeah. Trying to pass this damn class.
Right? I got enough shit to worry about with your damn homework and all that. Like, being on time is the least of my concern. Bro. You know what I mean? Fuck, I got... Anyway, I was fucking absent this week. Okay, so you remember last week how we were talking about the fucking gig? We went to Oklahoma and it was cold as shit. Yeah. And we were outside. I think I said this on there, but I was wearing my mariachi jacket, which is already not the thickest, right? It's not. It's a traje, a chaleco, you know, from a traje. It's not made to be like worn as a jacket, like
chaleco. You mean chamarra?
Chamarra, yeah, that's what I mean. Like la chamarra, like it's not meant to be like a normal jacket. You know what I mean? Like it's not made for functionality. It's made for like the look, right? Mm-hmm. So it's not thick. It's not thick. So then when I underestimated the weather and I was wearing that and a thin ass white shirt, you know, I don't wear an undershirt. So then when I got there and then we played the 3 hours, you know, plus the put up time and everything, you know, it was really like 3.5 hours, right? Mm-hmm. Of just straight cold. I love the cold, but it fucks me up, or it fucked me up this past weekend.
Well, it was extremely cold. It was like 43.
It was less, bro. I remember. I looked it up. It was 37.
It wasn't 37.
It was 37, bro.
Was it?
I looked it up. Dude, Apple doesn't lie, bro.
I don't know about that. But okay, 37.
The weather app told me 37. Like when we're on our way out, right? So I was like, "Oh, su pinche madre, está bien frío." So I was like, "Shit," you know. So as we were dipping and stuff, like I realized, like, fuck, I was really out there that long, you know. And I'm not the type of person to get sick. I really am not. Like, which doesn't make sense to me because I don't fucking, I don't have the diet of a healthy person. You know what I mean? Like fruits and vegetables and fiber. What the fuck is that? And vitamin C, todo el pedo. You know, like the shit that. You know how ladies eat that yogurt that has antioxidants and todo el pedo. Like for a strong immune system and shit. Yeah, I'm the opposite, bro. Like, I stay away from all that shit. So like
all you need is water for a good immune system.
Exactly. Like the more fat, the better. I always say. Oh shit! And then so like I don't eat all that shit. So it's kind of funny, like to me, that I never get sick. Fuck, I just said that. Knock on wood.
You already got sick.
Okay, so yeah, I'm thinking I got fucked up that weekend. Not fucked up, but the weather fucked me over.
Well, I mean, not being sick is a bad thing too, you know.
Said who?
Science, because you don't have any.
I'm like, who's science?
Anybody still wait.
Oh shit.
So it's bound to happen.
It was bound to happen, I guess. So anyway, I ended up getting a fever on Tuesday night. Right. Mm-hmm. I woke up and I was like, "Yo, I'm hot as fuck." Like I started touching my body and shit. So I was like, damn, I'm warm, bro. Like, this ain't normal, you know? Yeah. Like, you know when you know yourself, you're not, like, normal? Mm-hmm. So I was like, oh, shit, what the fuck is going on? So then that night, was it that night or the next night?
I don't know.
It was that morning. Our boss texted us. And he's like, hey, salió chamba. You know, there's an hour later on today. Like, who wants to do it? And I was like, well, bro, like, TBH, like, I had a fever last night. I felt fine that morning. But like me being the responsible adult with a pandemic going on, I was like, look, I had a fever last night. I could be full on Rona right now. You know what I mean? So I was like, well, you know what? Like I had a fever last night. So I probably am not the ideal candidate to be out gigging, you know? So, and then you guys all clowned on me because like, you know, like, he had a fever. And I'm like, I was trying to protect your lives, motherfuckers. Like
When?
By not going that Wednesday. Because you went to the gig on Wednesday.
Yeah. But I didn't roast you, did I?
Yeah, everybody was like, see me in your fever. Not on there, bitch. I'm saying like on like in general.
Cause I remember I roasted you on Saturday, but that's because you roasted me.
I roasted you
Yeah.
on what?
I'm not gonna talk about it
Oh,
because it
okay.
involves other people. But
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, I didn't end up going on Wednesday. Okay, that's the basic joint that I'm trying to get at. I didn't go on Wednesday, and after that, I was like, well, they got it. They got it. So you ended up going on Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
So what ended up happening?
Era una misa, dude.
Oh, was it a church? Oh, okay.
Yeah, era una misa para the birthday of San Judas Tadeo, which is not right. It's
The
not
birthday
his
of
birthday.
San Judas?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like it had a lot of Virgen vibes. You're like at the church and they have like their little
Like an altar?
yeah, como there's un altar.
Oh, okay, I
so
see.
we're playing for it. And then like the people stayed. Well, not everyone stayed, to be honest. Like 1/3 stayed to like listen.
Okay.
And it was you had a lot of Virgen vibes, dude. I had a little PTSD. I was like,
because it's coming up, man.
And apparently it's gonna be one of the good ones, according to Arturo.
Oof. This because La Virgen season, it's coming up. So yeah, I can see how like the cold, the very holy gigs are coming up. You know what I mean? They start getting scattered throughout. Whoa, you shouldn't do that on the pod, bro.
No, I've been hiding for a while. Like I breathed something in, and it's just, like it
Oxygen?
was stuck there. No, it was something else, like a little like speck.
Hydrogen?
What?
I don't know, dude. Bless
Anyways,
you.
Thank you.
I stay blessed.
Bless me. Thank you.
Okay. Anyway, so you had a good gig without me. Is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun. Fuck. Not really.
You're like, yeah, it was really fun, except for the fact that it wasn't. Fuck.
Yeah, it's because we had obviously, like, we had another Vihuela player come in, right?
Yeah.
And that's, it's always interesting because every group has their way of playing something, or, like, they learn it with someone else or some shit.
Right. Right.
Or they don't know a song that we play,
Yeah, a lot of the times, though, we've had that before. We have ringers come in, when someone's missing.
Yeah.
And we're like, how do you guys play it? And we'll play it. Real quick example was we had a friend named Ivan come in. He's come and help us for a couple times.
Ivan
Rodriguez.
Okay.
Yeah. Shout out. But he came on behind. I remember we were playing at this gig. I think we played Tristes Recuerdos. And he's like, hey, do you guys play like an arreglo with it? And like me, I was just like, not really. And then we played the whole thing, and like he was confused throughout the whole thing. And at the end, he's like, dude, that's an arreglo. And I was like, is it? I was like, I don't know, bro. Like,
it's because like
I said, play it.
It's because like I said before, like sometimes like one of us will do something that sounds kind of cool,
right?
So we're like, hey, so we kind of keep doing it,
and
after a while, it just kind of sticks.
It becomes part of the canon. Like it's just gonna come. It happen every time. Okay, I see. Yeah, I see.
So that's, like we play that song like a lot. Right. Or not lately, but it's up there.
It's one of those ass songs out there. Okay.
Yeah, and like sometimes like, and it's also from banda, right? So like sometimes the trumpets will add something from there, like bam bam ba.
They add their own little flavor to it too, just the same way we do.
Or like sometimes it'll be like a bass line from the norteños, whatever.
Right,
so
right.
Whatever it is, if it's good, it's gonna stay there for whatever time.
If it's bad, everybody's gonna look at you.
Yeah, if it's bad, then you get a thumbs down and you don't play that shit ever again.
You just like never do that shit again, bro.
Like I'm always experimenting, so I'm always getting frowns. I'm like yeah. And then one every once in a while, it's like, hey, okay,
I'm like, okay, I see you.
Yeah,
I like it.
But that's what happens.
So you had someone else at the gig who wasn't me. And,
I thought we were still talking about Ivan.
Oh no, that was just like a quick example that I had come up with. Like, yeah, because that's happened before. Yeah, like obviously, players come in and they're used to playing it, where they're wherever they're playing at or whatever. You know what I mean? So how did this Vihuela player do? Obviously, it wasn't me, right?
Yeah, like I said, like it's different because they're also used to different speeds,
True.
So sometimes we'll be like, the one I remember the most is we play La Marcha de Zacatecas.
Okay.
Right, and he's like, hey, I don't know it. Like, I me guías. I'm like, No te puedo guiar, güey, because he has a pa 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 pum bradum pum pum bradum.
Oh, that's true.
You know?
It's kind of hard for you as a guitarrón player because you play one rhythm
Yeah.
and they have to play another one. So for
Yeah,
you to
so-
explain it like right then and there.
So I was just hoping for the best. I was like, do what the violins do, you know? Like I was trying to like,
You're like, do what the violins do. He picks up the vihuela and he's like,
right?
así.
And all you hear is like, no.
Never do that shit again. Eso sí no pegó.
Yeah.
You know. Shit.
Yeah, I was just like, and it's the church too, you know. So he could hear me like be like, no, like, and then he would fuck up. I'm like, la siete,
Yeah.
re menor, mi, menor. I'm like, bro.
It's just all over the place.
Yeah.
Nah, it's because that's the thing, bro. Like that's why I feel like whenever I don't do a gig, like I like to make sure at least the gig is covered. Like, you know what I mean, or at least I know the person that's going is gonna do like.
Oh, yeah?
I do like to do that, bro. I'll tell the boss. You know, I've told him before for this specific time because I also didn't go on Friday. It was a little bit of a late notice, but I let him know. You know, I told him, hey, I probably won't go on Friday. Like, do you think you could find someone? He told me like, yeah, it's fine. I'll look for somebody. I told him, hey, like if you can't find anybody, you know, especially like competent enough, like to do like what I can do, you know, like let me know, and then I'll go if I need to, and that's how I feel because I'll be like, obviously I don't want to let you guys like crash and burn, you know, like I want to make sure that the group still can carry on without me.
Yeah.
I feel like most people want that, you know what I mean? You're not gonna be like, all right, well, I gotta go to Chuck E. Cheese, so like, you know, you guys figure it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm not like that. I like to make sure that at least like the group that I'm in is covered. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So
what the fuck happened?
I didn't go.
No, that was trippy because I got there, and then I'm usually the first one there, you know.
You talking about Wednesday still?
No, I'm talking about Friday.
Friday now? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you went to the planta and I didn't. Okay.
Right, and I got there, and then the other Saul got there,
Okay.
so he parked, and then I saw Checo get there, and I'm like,
Oof.
oh, okay.
Nice. Check.
That's what we're doing, right? And then that's when our boss got there, and we're getting the stuff done or whatever.
Right.
So I forget that you're not here. I'm like,
I don't think I had told you.
I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like I'm expecting you, you know.
You're like, where's my boy?
No, I'm just saying. Right?
No.
Para nada. I'm just like I'm talking with Arturo or whatever.
Right.
And I look back and I see this gray Tacoma. She's like park, right?
Right. I heard that she drives the same truck as me, except different color.
Except a better version too. It's like the fucking TRX, right?
TRX? The fuck is that?
I don't know.
TRD?
TRD, is that what it is?
You got the TRD Pro?
Yeah, dude.
Nah. I don't know. No,
I'm
like, nah.
I mean, they put that shit on the side. You know what I mean?
Oh, is it it might just be like the off-road version. Because mine isn't off-road.
No, but when it's a TRD, they put TRD on the side.
Yeah,
like,
but there's
like
a difference
red.
between the TRD and the TRD Pro.
Oh,
That's what I was
that's true.
asking.
Yeah, no, it is Pro, I think.
You sure?
I'm not sure, but I want to say it is. Because,
Text
like
her
I
right
said, right? Yeah, well, anyways, I see that
Okay,
truck,
so
like,
she pulls
like
up,
park,
okay, in
and
Tacoma.
I'm like, I've seen that before, you know?
Yeah.
But I ignore it, and I keep talking to Arturo or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I look back, and it's like, her name is Lisette, but they call it Liz.
Okay.
And
I've never personally met her, but I know.
For?
Yeah, I've never personally met her,
Okay.
but
this
she's
is like the
actually-
second time she plays with us.
yeah, she's played before. I heard because she plays guitarrón, right?
Yeah.
But she went on vihuela, obviously, because
Right.
I wasn't there. Okay.
Yeah, so I see her, and I'm like,
That's not Sammy.
yeah, and then she's carrying like a vihuela, and I'm like, I'm like, I have so many questions, bro, but I don't know who to ask.
You gotta roll with the punches, bro.
yeah, I was cool, but I was like, hey, how you doing? You know, like, long time no see. And
Oh, you had met her before?
Yeah, I've known her.
Oh, okay.
I know her since like high school, dude.
Oh shit! I'm sorry, I didn't.
Still wait.
I don't know. Y'all were boys or not boys? Boy, girls.
And,
Acquaintances. I didn't know y'all were acquaintances. I didn't have the word for it. I was like,
And
anyway,
yeah, she was just like, hey, like, I play bass, you know.
okay.
Like, I haven't played vihuela in a while.
Okay.
I just know that, you know, Arturo needed an armonía, so here
Right.
I am. I'm like, nah, no pasa nada, you know. It's just like primera,
Yeah.
segunda, tercera.
And that's the thing too about that restaurant. Like, it could go either way. There's like days that are just like easy as shit. You know, they just ask for the same shit, and even when they do ask something out of the norm, you know, it's pretty.
We pulled through.
Yeah, we pulled through. But I mean, how was the rep this time, or at least for her, like her experience?
Well, I think it was just like you struggle more because for me when I've done it, like it's a different feel, you know, from bass to vihuela.
Okay.
Like when I play vihuela, I feel very like insecure because you're not.
That's not your instrument.
Yeah, but besides that, like you're doing different motions. You know what I mean? I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, because I mean, one you're strumming obviously, and then the other one estás jalando.
Yeah, so you're trying to get a different feel, kind of.
Yeah, for
you know
sure.
what I mean? So,
yeah, for sure.
Sometimes you don't know if you're going too fast or too slow, or like your hand doesn't, like you know what your brain wants, but your hand doesn't do it. Sometimes. Like, nope. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what, like it's cool. Like I'm not te voy a amarrear for one, you know. Like I'm trying to like at least fake it till you make it, you know.
Yeah.
And it was interesting because for one, like I was fucking up too. Because I would be like, hey, after a while, I would be like, sol, do, re, whatever. And then I would be like, A7, B7, you know? So she was like, which one, bro? You know, like.
Dude, I'm the worst at that, dude. Because I can't already now, I can't like sing and play. So it's the same way when I'm trying to help somebody. Because I'm already struggling in general. Like I'm not a great player, you know. Like so like for me to be like also to be telling you like what you need to do, like I'm gonna struggle. Right. One of us is fucking up. You're fucking up, or I'm fucking up. Yeah. You know what I mean?
So that's what I was doing because I'm over here like C7, and then she's like do siete, and I'm like no, bro. Like so after a while I was like ¿Cómo solfeas? You know, in inglés or en español. Yeah. And she's like no, en español. I'm like all right, cool. And then next song I'm like E minor.
And she's like, God damn.
Yeah.
¿Qué te dije, cabrón?
I hear in the back is like the viola stops and like
just tired of your shit.
Yeah, dude.
And I'm just over here like I wasn't there, you know. I was somewhere else. I was there just like I know Victor.
And then sometimes like like not to throw shit on our boss, but I was like he'll start it like I'm explaining something. For example, they asked for Para Siempre, right?
Oh, okay.
That song is in F minor.
F minor.
We play it in F minor.
Yeah.
Right? So she's like, oh, well, it's just F minor, B minor, and like C7, right? I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, don't forget that part where it goes from like B minor 7, E flat 7, ba-da-da. I'm like, oh, shit. So now she doesn't know what that is, you know?
Because you were in the middle of explaining like what's going to happen.
And I'm like, oh, vale, madre este pedo,
It's because, yeah, it is true. Like our boss, he has a tendency to either count off or just start.
Yeah.
Right? And like there's no in between. You know what I mean? Like sometimes, because that's just how he is. Like obviously we all want to start at the same time. But like I don't know if he forgets or I don't know what it is. Arturo, I know you're listening, so please explain. But like right? So he'll be like, we're used to this, right? Like when he wants everybody to come in, he's like, okay, va, 3-4, and you know, was right? But there'll be another time we'll be like in between songs. Sometimes like I'll tell you like, hey, like on that part, like I fucked up, like oh shit, you know, or we're just talking, we're saying something like real quick, and we're like, yeah, Victor, like so like earlier I ate like a Frito pie and it was amazing, and it's like and I'm like, bro, like avisa.
That's why I was watch out for him, and that's why I'm always hitting you. Like he'll be something, and I'm like.
Yeah, and I'm
pay
like,
attention.
Oh, yeah. And then I still don't know what song it is. So I'm just like, oh shit, here we go. Here we fucking go.
No, but yeah, dude. I mean, we only struggled because she wasn't used to it, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I feel the same way. Like obviously, like it even someone that is experienced coming into something like that might struggle, you know, because I mean, even then, like, not to say she's not experienced, because obviously she plays right, like in other groups and stuff like that. Bien, yeah, she plays good from what I hear. But it's really like it can be like a cultural shock, you know. So like coming into a group, you know, especially like ours that will literally play everything, and then next thing you know, you start and it's not what you're used to. It's not the tempos you're used to. It's not the arreglos that you're used to. So I can vouch for that. Like just being confused as shit, just being like, bro, like this is not what I signed up for.
It wasn't her instrument, you know. So like that she has my respect, bro.
Yeah.
Like 100%,
right? Yeah, man. I mean, that's why I told you. Like, obviously, like if I'm gonna miss, I like that the person that comes at least would be like, be able to do what I do on a regular basis, or at least close to that, so that way they don't struggle. Because at the same time, you can feel bad as a player coming into another group, and you come in and you start playing. And because I know like when I started with these guys, I came in and I wasn't shit. I didn't play shit. I didn't know any of the songs and everything. Like I felt like shit going home. Like fuck, like I don't know shit. These guys are gonna fire me, and then you got fired.
Yeah, I'm like still got paid though.
Right. I was like still stacking. But yeah, like obviously, like as a player, you feel like in a way like is that the word, emasculated? Like you just feel like, oh bro, like I ain't shit, like until you get home and you analyze, you're like, so obviously like I want someone that's gonna cover me, so at least not have that type of feel like if they can't keep up with the rep or whatever, you know what I mean? So, but I mean, shout out to her for coming to help me out.
She pulled a strong one.
Yeah, man.
Is that the phrase? No.
Huh?
Nah, point is thank you.
Nah, I mean, but it was a good time at least at the restaurant.
Yeah, we're having fun, dude. We had new clients.
Well, I heard in general y'all also played a long ass time.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying.
And every time you guys play a long ass time, I'm all like, okay, so y'all do that when I'm not there. Like,
yeah.
when I can make more money, that's when y'all.
No, this time this guy was loaded, dude. Like, we stayed there until we. It was the first time of burritos that we got cut off. Like the manager came out and he's like,
oh, he actually cut y'all off. He was like, you know what? Please stop.
Yeah, dude. He's like, I'm trying to go home.
It's because, I mean, it gets late. I mean, I understand. Obviously, the people there, the meseros and the people that run the place, they're like, they're not even working anymore. They're literally just waiting on us to finish, So I get that, like.
Yeah, dude.
They're like, go the fuck home, please. Like, we're trying to go home.
No, these guys are cool, man. And like, I was talking to them a little bit because I was next to them.
Okay.
Kind of. And they're like, hey, ¿sí se echan 6 horas o qué pedo? And I'm like, excuse me? I'm like, sí, 6, 8, 10, 11, los que quieran. And he's like, oh, ya dijo, whatever. I'm like, whoa. Like in my head, I'm like, okay, I'm fucking this up. Because then he started saying like, yeah, dude, like, agarramos like mariachis and they won't stay like past 1 a.m. or like 2 a.m.
I was like,
for real, dude, like, bro, you're trying to tell me like you want them like through like what, like 4 a.m. like.
I mean, there's people that, I mean, I know for like just in general, like my family, dude, the guys will stay out there till 6 a.m, like not even drinking anymore. Like it's almost like a sleepover for them, dude. Because like the whole time they'll be like nodding off. My dad's like that, bro. Like they'll all sit outside, like outside of our parties, Like back then when my little brother turned like 7 and shit, like he's all little, already knocked the fuck out like hours ago. But todos los señores andan afuera and they don't come back inside. I'm like, you're not sleepy?
It's like 4 a.m. and your dad's like, so what's the move?
Right. He's like, oh shit, I'm already home. Here, I guess,
Yeah.
But nah, man. I mean, there's people like that, man. They'll just stay up and just drinking. Yeah, huevo, sometimes they'll like literally falling asleep there in their little half circle, like those nights when they're like watching the campfire. Nobody says anything. You're just like drinking and just watching it. Like,
no, I play with people like that. Like they ask for like 4 hours, and you're already like, okay, like 1 gig, that's 4 hours. That's kind of big,
Right.
But then they're like, hey, can you play like 2 more hours? And they're like, can you play another hour? You're like, motherfucker,
like please stop.
Yeah. And so I haven't had one of those in a while, like in a long time.
Yeah,
I know I'm a bitch out, like
whenever it comes around again. Yeah. No, I know what you. We're kind of accustomed to not playing that late, like lately. You know what I mean? If anything, we come back late because of the driving.
I mean, we get home late
because of the driving.
Yeah.
Because we go so far. I mean, lately we've been going like every other weekend to Oklahoma, and I think this weekend
we're going to
this weekend we're supposed to be going to OKC again. So it's just like a thing. Like we're getting home because of the driving though. But you're right. Like we haven't played a gig where we're literally like there like till 2, 3 in the morning, playing for these people or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
It hasn't happened in a while. So I mean, I know for sure like when the date does come, I'm gonna be like, please stop, bro, please. So I mean, it's gonna be hard to say the least when that comes.
No, I'm scared, bro, because he was ready, dude. He's like, hey, you want to play tomorrow? Like at our house?
I'm like, what?
Yeah. Like, what are we like?
Define. Do we want to?
Yeah.
Because
he's like, aquí tengo dinero. I'm like, bro, ¿Dónde trabajas, güey? Invita, cabrón. Like,
Y'all hired?
yeah, dude.
Oh shit.
They were just like, cause they asked for like, they asked for 20 songs. Yeah, 20 songs.
20 per if it's 20 songs, 20 per song, that's $400.
Right.
Shit.
Yeah, and then after he was like, well, I mean, like, cause I think the manager was like, all right, that's it.
Yeah, like please
But
stop.
then he was like, no, sigan tocando hasta que nos corran, you know.
Oh,
Like I still got more.
yeah.
I'm like,
Bro. I'm over here thinking like we should just rob this dude.
right?
If he's got this much cash on hand, bro.
For real,
like,
dude. I mean, he was with his whole family though, so I don't know. If
rob them too. Let's go.
Oh shit!
Straight up.
I was like, fuck, man. And I'm pretty sure he still paid for all the food because I ate too.
Right. Exactly.
Man.
They're still there, even just in general eating. So like, that's a whole nother expense. Like,
I was like, damn, man.
I don't know how y'all be doing this, bro. Where y'all work?
For real, that's what I'm asking. Like,
where do y'all
Invita,
work?
cara.
Invita.
But yeah, that was Friday night.
Okay.
We stayed all night playing.
So did you miss me?
No.
Straight up.
Straight up.
I missed y'all. I was sitting.
No, you didn't. You were doing karaoke and like singing.
Bro, what is it about karaoke? I can't do it, man. Like it's just I can talk in a podcast, but I'm not singing here.
I have a screen recording of you in karaoke. Sarah sent it Sarah sent it like a year or 2 years ago.
I knew
And
it would come back to haunt me.
and screen recorded it. You sound like a country singer.
It's because my wife be sending stuff, and I'm like, you don't realize that my friends are assholes.
Yeah.
They will screen record and then put them on group chats.
I haven't sent it on a
You don't know
group
the
chat.
power you have. You know, you know what I mean? Like, oh well.
I'll find it. I know it's there.
I don't know, but I mean, it was an off day for me, or off days technically, those 2 days. My fever. Oh, by the way, my fever went away
Right.
from that Wednesday, so that's why like I could have gone that Friday, but I didn't. You know, obviously because I had something I had to do. So I didn't have a fever, so I was like, okay, well, I'm fine. You know, and I feel fine. So then we went to gig on Saturday. It was a normal Saturday for us. What was that first?
It was oh fuck. We just went through this.
I know, dude. Every time we come through here to talk to you guys, we have to review what we did the last weekend because I have no memory.
We made in Denton.
We met in Denton. I have the worst memory, bro. And then what did we do?
Oh, el palenque.
Right.
the
Okay.
thing.
Yeah. So we went to this place that, like you said, it's a palenque. It looks like a place where they do like jaripels and shit.
Yeah, they have like rodeos and shit.
Yeah, like you can tell because we walked in through like the stable part. You know what I mean? And then so I've been there before, but it's literally like it was a quinceañera, but they have it like inside the palenque. So
in the arena, like
in the arena. So like we're on the dirt,
Mhm.
you know, on the bottom where like the cows would be like trying to throw white dudes off or Mexican dudes off. Like that's where, right? So that's where everything was going on. So when we walked in, the quinceañera was doing like her bendición, you know?
Yeah, the ceremony.
Yeah, the little ceremony. So they had all the chairs set up, you know, all the invited people were there. They're sitting down listening to the padre speak and stuff like that, right? So when we walked in, I think we only had like 10 minutes till when we were supposed to start. So I think we were supposed to start like at 5:30 or 6:30, one of the two. I already forgot.
Yeah.
But point is, we're supposed to start at 30, at that 30 mark. They dragged it longer. So like for us, we're like, well, chingon, you know, on the clock, you know, like, but it was kind of funny because when we walked in, obviously, like they were doing their service and everything. They even had a dude and a girl like sing like an acoustic.
Yeah, it was kind of cool.
You know, like a church song or
Yeah.
Jesus. We love Jesus. So they were playing their song or whatever. And I think I told you, I was like, it sounds like, because the girl was singing, and I was like, it sounds like that one song. Corre, 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 corazón. So I was like, damn, it sounds so sweet. So I was just watching and listening, and then they finished the service. And then everybody turned around at us where we were just setting up the mics and stuff. Like we weren't even ready. Like we were just standing around, like just bullshitting. And then they just look at us like,
Cuando quieran.
they were like, mariachi. And I'm like, oh shit. You know?
Yeah.
Start putting on the fucking mic and everything. And I was like, oh fuck. Like, and even our boss, he was like, is that for us or
Yeah.
or like people?
Oh, I
behind us?
did that because I thought like I can't see that well, you know.
Oh,
So I just
yeah.
see like all the faces turn my way.
Yeah.
I'm like, they're not looking at me. So I'm like,
you turn around. Like,
yeah. And they're like, no, like,
ustedes,
play.
por
I'm like,
favor, mariachi,
yeah.
vámonos. And I'm like, oh fuck. We're like, bum, bum, you know, like we were just
Yeah.
like we were not prepared, like, and it's because obviously like they were taking their time, so I was like, okay, so we're finna stay here for a while. So we ended up starting like 20 minutes after, but it was cool. I mean, the last time I had been there, dude, I think I told you, like I went with Allende too, but it was fucking freezing, dude, because this place is like inside, but it's outside, like. It has like windows, but there's no glass. You know what I mean? Like it's completely open. So I mean, like it was cold. I remember like we were walking throughout the whole like the dirt part. The last time I was there, we were walking around like Austin style, like table to table. But it was like ta frio way. Like the ladies were wearing their dresses, but they were also wearing like huge jackets over it. Like right, so like their legs are out, but like they're all covered up here. So and every time they they were breathing. Pre-COVID, like you could see all the air coming out, like the steam from their mouth and shit. So it was cold the last time I went there, and I didn't recognize it till a little while after or whatever. But just in general, that gig was funny.
Yeah,
just the whole like being in a palenque setting or whatever. Like it's cool. It's whatever.
Yeah,
it was an alright.
It gives it like a cool vibe.
Yeah. When I walked in, I thought we were gonna be like, Mariachi Vargas or Nuevo, like during a jaripeo and shit. And I was like, pinche charreada, and I was like, chingón. And then I walked in, and it was a quince, and I was like, because I've never done that. Have you done that?
Yeah.
I've never done that. I've always wanted to do that. Yeah, like be like the group that plays like while the bulls be going crazy. Like I've always wanted to do that, but I never got to do it.
No, I did it when I was like, I want to say I was 18 or 19.
Were you on harp or?
No, I was a bass. No, I was on harp. No, it was bass. I don't know. I just remember being there. And I remember it was like, everything was so fucking ranchero, bro. Like, the way they were doing the carne and everything. Like, they literally, like, cortaron un árbol, and on the trunk, like, they were cutting meat.
Oh.
I was like, what the fuck?
So it was pretty legit.
Yeah, it looked like it. I was like, whoa, where am I, dude? Am I in Mexico? Like, they would cross the border, like, because they're freaking out.
I'm like, where am I?
Yeah.
Start having deja vu, like, oh, shit.
Yeah, but that's cool. It's that gig where I told you, like, I sabía banda. And they were getting, like, lit as fuck. Like, we played, and then they played.
Oh, that's cool. So y'all were, like, taking turns. Oh, dude, that's legit.
Yeah.
I love watching bandas, dude. They're so energetic.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it was, in general, like, the place was cool. I didn't really care. I was just like, I'm going to just play the quince or whatever. They gave us food at the end, so I was happy. Because we were all starving. So, we put up our shit, and we came back, and they're all like, ¿Quién comer? We're like, bit. So we all, like, lined up like kids.
I ate 2 plates, bro.
Oh, yeah, you did.
That's how hungry I was.
Like, you were hungry. Shit.
That's what happens when you eat healthy. Fucking hate it.
I'm like, wow. The disrespect.
You're eating healthy too, bitch.
Okay, but the disrespect.
Why?
I'm me. It's me. Okay. Me too, huh? I'm like all disrespectful with myself. Nah, yeah. I've been trying to eat healthier. I've been doing all right. I told you, I was like, dude, I'm down like a loop, and I was like,
yeah, I was like, whoa.
Yeah, man. Because I was on the last loop already, so I was like, all right, I gotta do something.
Right.
I was like, because I got no more holes left. I was like, if I go anymore, like I need a new belt, and I'm not finna buy a new belt. You know what I mean? I think the cheapness in me was like, no, you're not buying another expensive belt. Like, so I was like, all right, you know what? I'll comer pinche pollo, no mames. No, but I mean, it was a good time. What was the gig after? Oh, remember we went to we only had 3.5 hours really this weekend. We didn't have much, but it was a chill weekend. But afterwards we went to this house, and when we pulled up, it was like this house. It's like a trailer type, but they were all outside, and all the people were outside. But when we were pulling up, some of us recognized it as a historical landmark from Mariachi Allende, which was. You want to tell them that story?
Okay. So it's like Sammy said, like I don't get sick, Yeah,
you're the same way.
But I do have like season sickness, sort of.
Season?
Yeah, like when the seasons start to change.
Okay.
Like I go through like a phase for like a week or a few days where I feel like I'm sick, but I'm not sick. You know what I mean? Okay. Like I'll get headaches, and sometimes I'll have a cough or something.
Yeah.
And I just go through that whenever the seasons change. So like towards the start of the pandemic, when we played at Donaldo's house.
Okay.
We were getting out of winter. Remember that?
Yeah.
So that I was like kind of like coughing up a little bit,
Okay.
and you guys were like, "Ooh, COVID, que sé qué pedo."
Okay.
It wasn't even here yet.
Okay.
And then like a month ago, like I got sick again because we were coming into winter again.
Oh yeah, you started like coughing and you had like
Yeah.
phlegm and shit.
But I only had fever for like a day, and
Yeah.
after that it was just coughing.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. Right.
like I wasn't sick anymore.
Right.
And so like this was like a year ago, right?
Yeah.
No, this was like 2 years ago now.
Oh, you know what? It was 2 years ago because it was like Vitahin time.
Yeah.
And that specific day, we were in Oklahoma to
Right.
start the day. We finished like the 3 hours there, and then we had to drive all the way back. And we went to this this location that we thought this particular location this past weekend was.
Right.
It looked similar. So then,
Right. So we go to that church, and as soon as I got out of the van, dude, like this cold wind just hit me, dude.
right?
And I felt like my head just like get really hot, and I started getting a migraine like in my eye.
Oof.
So that's why I'm like, nah, ya valiste pedo.
Yeah.
So I'm like, no, I'm just gonna like pretend like it's not there or whatever, you know, like it's all
Mhm.
good. And then we're playing. We finished the misa, and then next to a church is like a little salon, right?
A salon?
Yeah, como un salon. That's where
Like
you get the
the-
picture of Paco.
Haircut? Oh, salon. Like, yeah, obviously, like,
Yeah,
like an
salon.
event center.
Yeah,
Okay, so I
still
was
wait.
thinking, like, why are you getting a haircut, bro?
Right?
Okay.
So we're moving there. I go outside again, and it hits me again. Now it's colder because
Yeah, the air.
it's night
Right.
now.
Yeah.
Or it's not night, but like the sun is setting.
Yeah, right.
And I'm like, oh shit. Now I do feel like shit, right? And
Yeah.
we're playing or whatever, and they're like, I want to eat, and I'm hungry, and I ate like, I remember eating like around like 4 tamales.
Yeah,
right?
they had tamales.
Yeah,
which are
and
delicious.
they had and they had postres too. They had desserts.
So you were like,
So
bet.
I ate like 2 brownies, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. I ate
Comi-
ate good that day.
Comiste
you know?
bien. You know what I mean?
it
You were
was
like,
good,
you know
though.
what? Hell yeah, let's go.
Yeah. So
Okay.
it was a migraine day. We're coming back. We're going back to Sanger, right?
Yeah, well, I don't know exactly where this location went. Apparently, they said like Valley View or something.
Yeah, dude.
Anyway, we went to that place that looks similar to the
Yeah.
place we went this weekend. Okay, and then
Yeah, so a lot of people can relate. I think we have a migraine, like your whole body just kind of goes haywire, you know?
yeah, I've had them before. Like it's a stinging pain that
Yeah.
you can't ignore it.
Yeah, dude. So I'm over here like, fuck, dude. Usually when I get a migraine, like I want to throw up, you know?
Okay.
Like they're that bad for me. So we get there. We barely get there because like the pain is so fucking big. I'm just like, fuck it.
I'm pretty sure you were quiet that whole time, like in the
Probably, yeah.
Because I know for sure, like you if you were like feeling something, you probably
Yeah,
didn't say
dude.
shit till like we got there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got there and I got out the van and this is where I decided. I was like, okay, we're about to play 2 hours. I think it was 2 hours or an hour,
An hour or two, whatever.
right? I'm like, I either throw up now, or I'm gonna have to throw up during the gig, and I might not make it to the gig.
I like how
you know?
I didn't know this. You had like a okay, well, it's either this or this.
Yeah,
Okay.
because I'm like, fuck, if I throw up like at the gig, I could throw up on someone, on me, or
On
like
the
on my-
bass?
or point is, it's not gonna look good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because then they're gonna know you as el mariachi que se vomitó, you know,
Yeah.
in the middle of the gig. And
Yeah,
shit.
or like I'm not gonna make it to the restroom and I'll fuck up their house. You know, you know what I mean?
Throw on some kid.
Yeah, dude. Just leave like a trail of like
Yeah, dude. You would never live that down, dude. Like,
someone just fucking slips on it, dude. like a grandma or something. You know, that's what was going through my head when I got out of the
okay,
van.
yeah, okay, makes sense.
So okay, I'm like, nah, pues ni modo, you know. So I went like
Towards the back. of
it
the van.
was those roads where there's a lot of grass.
Yeah, it's like
Right.
it's like one of those. If you've ever been in the country, they have like
Right.
obviously like the center road is all concrete, but the
Yeah.
sides and there's usually like on a hill too, right?
Yeah.
So like the paved road is a little bit higher than the side,
Right.
which is all grass, you know, like natural fucking
Right.
grass. or
And it's
whatever.
like tall grass too.
yeah.
So I'm there, and all I had to do, bro, was like breathe, and my
Really?
stomach was like throw up, you know?
It's a
Yeah, dude. So I'm throwing up and shit, and like I can.
I think we all heard you.
Oh, bro?
Because it's just nighttime, right? It had
Yeah.
already been nighttime, so we couldn't see you.
Yeah.
But I could just hear like,
Yeah.
like you like trying to throw up and shit.
So I'm like throwing up, right? And like the first thing that goes are the brownies, 'cause they're like the last thing that came
Yeah.
in, right?
Oof.
So I'm throwing up, and
Delicious.
I'm like, this fucking sucks, you know?
Yeah,
Like, I was
yeah.
eating good. Like, que desperdicio de comida. And then I see, like, a flash, right? Like, this light just hit me. And it's, like, my boss. She's, like, recording me, dude.
You're like, hey, wait.
Yeah, like, no help, no nothing. It's just, like, you're doing great, sweetie, you know?
Yeah.
I'm like, still had to, you know?
And it's funny because when I heard it, I don't know if I specifically saw our boss like recording you, but I do remember hearing you, and I was like, oh shit, like Victor's throwing up.
Yeah.
So like I looked back there, but I could only because it's nighttime, you know.
Yeah.
There's no light out in the country, you know.
Yeah,
So it's
right.
dark. So I could just see like your figure and you and your guitarrón, you know. You were just like there, like whatever. So I remember just like saying it. It might have been when he was recording already, but I was just like, "Let the devil out of you, son."
Yeah.
But I just specifically remember that, like you're just like, "Let the devil out of you, son." But like you were going ham. I was like, "Hey, chingon." And I van los brownies. I van
Yeah,
los tamales,
dude.
bro. Fuck.
I was sad. And then, like that, like, me vació, obviously, you know? But I was still feeling bad because now the gig is outside. So, like,
Yeah,
the
this
wind
gig's
is, like,
outside.
constantly hitting me.
Right.
And that was making it worse. So I was telling Arturo, like, hey, I don't feel like throwing up, but I'm going to throw up, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm like, just play this song for me. And then I went to the restroom. And sure enough, all I have to do is, like, think about it now,
And
you
you're
know?
like, "Well,"
Because of the pain, like, everything I'm feeling, I'm like,
right.
throw up.
It just comes out.
Yeah,
Shit.
so I was doing it and it was coming back. I was not feeling good in that gig, man.
Yeah. And Ipacabala, that's also the gig where I don't know if you remember, we were like, it was outside, right? Like
Yeah.
you said, we were outside and it was kind of cold. But I remember we were like on a concrete slab, right?
Yeah.
So like they had specifically in front of their like trailer home, they had like a paved section, right?
Yeah.
So we were playing on that paved section, you know, we were playing our songs or whatever. But that paved section was like full of dirt, you know, like just, you know,
Well,
random
it
dust.
wasn't full pavement. Like, it was like pavement and then like no había grass. So era tierra suelta.
Yeah, that's what I'm
You
saying. So like they, you know, from in general, like people walking from the dirt part to the concrete part, it made all of that dusty.
And
like,
I think what made it worse was they started dancing, no?
yeah, so what happened is we started playing like zapateos and shit. We started playing, you know, like
Yeah.
Pabilo Navido. We started playing shit like that. People start getting lit and they start dancing or whatever. And I specifically remember this because, you know, in general, my vihuela, I don't know which one I had taken. Oh, you know what? It was the Reuben. It was the Reuben. I had taken it, and back then it was silky smooth, you know. Like, you know, when I'm playing it, it feels smooth, you know, to my touch or whatever, me playing. So when we were playing, I noticed that when they were doing like, you know, like zapateando or whatever, all the dust was coming up and it was landing on our instruments. The reason I could tell too is because like the whole top of my vihuela was turning like a matte finish because of the dirt. It was starting to cake it. So and little by little my strings started to get harder. Like they started to feel stiff. And I was like, whoa, like sus. This doesn't usually happen, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when like on closer, because obviously when we're playing like zapateados and people are dancing, you know, our boss will be like, well, he'll ask for another zapateado like connected.
Yeah.
So we don't stop playing, you know, it just keeps the ambiente going, you know, people are dancing and they're going ham or whatever, right? So I look down and little by little my strings are getting harder, but the reason is all the dirt and the polvo is getting on the strings and me striking it with my nails, it was cutting them.
Yeah.
Like it was literally cutting them. So after the gig, like all those dirt particles had managed to like put grooves all over my strings. And it felt like shit because it felt like my vihuela, like the strings were about to
your
break.
strings were shredded.
Yeah, it's because I mean, obviously, like those are all grains of dirt. Like dust is just tiny, tiny, tiny grains of dirt, but all those microscopic pieces are on my strings, and I'm striking them with my not sharp nails, but I mean they're pointy. You know.
I mean, the dust is sharp. It's rough.
Exactly.
You know?
So microscopically, is that a word? Microscopically. This isn't a science podcast for sure, but in general, like I could just feel like my hands like literally ripping my strings. And not to mention, like, every time you open your mouth, you got, like, cotton mouth.
Yeah.
Because, like, you were getting all the... If you ever played, like, a sport, like... Or, like, you did cross country, right? Or, like, us in baseball, we would say cotton mouth. Because, like, when you're playing infield, you know, and you're getting ground balls and stuff like that, and it's windy, like, a lot of that dirt is going in your mouth. So you get cotton mouth like crazy.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you get super thirsty, and your mouth is, like... you feel the dirt, like, between your teeth. It's fucking gross. But point is, like... That was not a good day. Like, so I can only imagine, like, I'm like, man, my strings. And then you're over here like,
Yeah,
and to top it off, it's all fucking dusty and clogging up your nose and shit. Fuck that.
It wasn't fun, bro. I remember much of that day because it was so long ago. But
Yeah,
yeah,
man.
those were the highlights for sure.
Yeah.
Huh. Well,
We kind of have to get into Charro chat, bro.
nah. Anyways, so Sunday, dude,
What? I don't even know what happened.
we did 2 gigs.
Oh fuck! Should we go over there real quick? Well, what was the first gig?
Oh, la misa donde regañó el padre.
Oh yeah, but the church was we're gonna kind of like go through this quick because we're running out of time. But
I'm just kidding. We can do Charro chat.
no,
bro.
let's
Nah,
do it. And then so that Sunday we had 2 gigs. The first one was at the church, right? What happened at the church? Yeah, el padre nos estaba regañando everybody like during his sermon.
Yeah.
I didn't understand it fully because like, dude, I was tired, dude. Like I was, and then that hour change, like it helped, but not a lot.
Right.
So like, and the church, dude, low key, I was falling asleep towards the end, dude. And
You ain't shit, bro.
I ain't shit, bro. I know Jesus looking at me like.
He was calling you ignorant the whole time.
Yeah, apparently the padre, man, he was just going in on everybody. I was like, damn,
Yeah.
we ain't shit.
For real.
And then we had another gig. It was weird because we had that gig at 2 to 3. It was like a 2 to 3 or whatever, right? But not to mention that the padre also dragged it out a little bit. Like it felt long, dude.
He was big, man.
It's because really sometimes I do feel like padres love to hear themselves talk.
Yeah.
There are some like that just keep talking, man, and talking, which is okay. You know, I don't want to say anything bad about the church, but I'm saying like it's just like okay, bro. Like,
Yeah. I'm like, we said an hour, dude.
yeah. But man, it dragged on a little bit. But then we had a gig at 10 p.m. You know what I mean? So I remember I came home. Oh, I got like a Jimmy John sandwich, and I got home. Then I scarfed it down. It was good, delicious. And then we had that gig later. So I drove over to it was in Dallas, right?
Yeah.
Dallas. So first of all, our boss didn't show up. He texts all of us, and he's like, "Hey, by the way,
I'm late.
yeah." He's like, "I fucked up," and I'm like, "What do you mean?" Because like I was on my way there, so he said like, "Oh yeah, I fucked up," and I was like, "Oh fuck!" Like the gig just canceled or it never existed. So I like literally like texted. I was like, "Do I turn around?" Like no question mark because I was already done. I was like, "Do I turn around?" Because I was almost there. You know?
You, man. Okay.
Yeah, like I was almost there. You know. So I thought like fuck, like I just really drove to Dallas for nothing. But nah, he ended up just being a little bit late because we were supposed to start at 10, right? It was like it was a late gig. It was at 10, and then he didn't end up showing up till like 10:20.
10:20.
So we didn't start till like 10:30, really, like realistically. Once everybody showed up, I did notice though when I was parked, right? There was a car that parked next to me, and they were going to that party, and they were dressed up.
Yeah, I saw like a bunny.
Yeah.
Like,
so they were wearing different costumes. Like, oh, so we're playing for like a costume party or something like that. And I was like,
it was a birthday party.
I was like, that's cool because it didn't even feel like Halloween for me, really. Because we played on Halloween, but nothing really felt like Halloween in a way. You know what I mean?
No spooky.
No spooky season.
Yeah.
And it was weird, man. Because when they finally showed up, we had the full group. The full group. We met the guy that was because it was I think it was a costume party, but it was for a lady's birthday.
It was for a guy's birthday.
Was it a guy?
Yeah, it was a guy.
Whoops. Are you sure? I could have sworn.
It's a guy.
No, the other person.
What other person?
With the long ponytails?
No, it was a guy.
You sure?
I promise.
I'm sorry. I'd like to apologize. I'm a little blind.
Stupid.
I swear, bro. Well, anyway, we were going for someone's birthday.
Yeah.
Right? We pulled up, and they was in their backyard, but you could tell it was like a porch, but they had covered the whole porch like with what looked like trash bags, but they were like, it was like a lona, you know, it was like a plastic lona all the way around, but it had the appearance of like black, you know, hefty trash bags.
Mm-hmm.
They had like before you walked in, they had like caution tape. So I was like, oh, this is finna be cool. So we walk in, and it smelled loud as fuck.
Well, first of all, it was very foggy in there.
It was very foggy, and it was very loud. And if you know, you know.
Yeah, bro.
It was loud as fuck. So when we walked in, it hit me, bro. I was like, whoa, you know, like, no me pegó, dude. It literally like hit me, and I was like, oh fuck, like. Snoop Dogg is here, you know.
Yeah, that should give it away. But
yeah, that should give it away. But anyway, we were sitting there, or we were playing there, or whatever. I think that's the first time where I've blatantly like played somewhere, and it's like very predominantly there. You know what I mean? Because I mean, at the same time, we've had it before where we played at a gig, and you can kind of smell it like on the side of the house. You know, like the younger people or like the young adults will go to the side. You know, and they do their thing.
But they were just right in front of us, dude. They're just like passing it around.
Yeah, they're just like, and I'm like, what away?
Yeah. And then once they're done with that, they start taking shots. And that's when I'm like, what away?
Because I was just like, man, this is different.
Yeah.
But what I did like about it is that it was like, you know, we could hear each other good. Like I personally like playing a gig where we're all kind of close together and I can hear everything better, like as opposed to like microphones.
Yeah. So
like for me, it sounded lit. Like I like the way.
Yeah, it was having a good time.
You know, and it was a good time. It wasn't boring for sure. Like the whole time we were playing, everybody was dancing or whatever. But it was a little sus. Like just walking in, I was just thinking like, bro,
we could all get in trouble.
I was like, if the cops come, like I'm dipping.
Yeah,
I'm hopping the fence.
I'm sprinting, bro. Like cross country big. Like,
D1. Yo, all slow, dude. They catch me first. Fuck. Nah, but it was fun. Yeah. And then I thought what was funny too is that in front of us there was this guy, right? And he was he was like drinking, right? But he was in front of this girl, and I think he was like trying to shoot his shot, bro.
Yeah, I was like, why are you standing there, dude? Because ella no lo está pelando, you know?
Yeah, the girl was like very, you know when it's very obviously like that she's not interested.
Yeah. And
like usually as a guy you should be able to pick that up. You know what I mean? Like
you would think that, right?
Yeah, if a girl's really not interested, like you can kind of see it, bro. Mm-hmm. Like ya rindete, you know?
Yeah,
like when you know.
Pick another one, dude.
Yeah, like next, you know, like literally, like, you know, move on. But no, this guy was insisting with this girl. He le valía madre, dude. And he was like trying to, like, he said he was trying to flex with the bottle or something like that.
Oh, yeah, he took like a shot. But it was like, he stayed there a while, you know? Yeah. He was just drinking.
Like he wanted her to look.
Yeah, and the girl, nada, dude.
She was just like on Snap, like, bro.
He was like, I hate it here. Like, pick me up.
She's texting the girls, like, please help.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, man. Like, I was just like, nah, bro. No, I was like, bro, first of all, you have that cut haircut. So I was like, I don't know who you think you're fooling here.
Yeah, like.
It's because, look, bro.
Your chances are very high.
Nothing against the cut haircut, but if anybody doesn't know the cut haircut, it's like, it looks like a fade that was never finished. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like they faded the sides and then they just left the top, and someone was like, "Hell yeah, drop it. That's good." Like this shit looks dumb as fuck. Hell yeah, let's run with it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I'm sorry, bro.
It looks really dumb. I'm sorry.
I'm just like, dude. I mean, I can't say much because I mean, I kind of have
That's true.
I have dumb hair right now.
Yeah.
But in general, like faded Sammy's just looking at them like.
Yeah, just know that cut haircuts is not good for getting girls.
And you heard it here first.
Or in general, to be honest, don't do it, man. Please.
Just have some respect for yourself, please. Just don't get no cut haircuts. Other than that, we got paid.
Yeah,
we got out of there, and point is, I gotta wash my traje now.
Yeah, I just washed it.
It smells normal now.
Yeah,
that's good.
Fuck. All right, now let's do chat.
Yeah, let's get into Charro chat. I'm gonna read them?
Yep.
All right, bet. At Raymond Fax says, what's your absolute worst gig experience of all time? I don't know. I keep saying that I'm gonna come up with this, tell the story finally of when I was kind of whoring myself out. Like, I wasn't in a group yet, so like I just put myself out there, and it was a bad experience, man. Like I probably never do that again. That's a long story. That's a long story. That was really like my worst gig experience, but I don't have time enough for that. If you guys really want to hear it, comment down below here or on YouTube. Comment down. We want to hear the story, Sammy. How about you? Do you have a worst?
Well, I just talked about one, but there's plenty. I mean, there was one where they kind of, like I said, you're all about like comfort, you know. So there was like a gig where it was like outside. Fuck, dude, it must have been at 1 a.m. We got there at 1 a.m.
Okay.
Right, and it's winter.
Okay.
I think it was like 32 degrees.
Okay.
It was like cold. Like, you have no idea how cold this gig is.
Okay, it was pretty cold.
Yeah, and then we're like freezing. I put on a jacket. All of us put on jackets because it's that freaking cold. You know,
Okay.
it's outside, and they're like, fucking clans like, ¿A poco tienen frío? I'm like, bro, you have like a full coat, you know?
He's got like a fur on that costs like $5,000. And
yeah, dude. Like he's like stacked, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, no manches. Like, I was on harp.
Oof.
So I made it up. I'm like, I can't move my fucking hands, dude.
Especially you. Yeah, I mean, obviously everybody struggles when it's cold, but yeah, like you have to like specifically move your fingers to the melodies and stuff, right? Like me in general, like I can fake it. Like if it's that cold for a vihuela, I think all I do is I tell you, like, bro, like I can't feel my fingers, but I can still do like the motions, you know, like play a ranchera, boom, chin, chin, boom. You know, I can't feel my fingers, but I can still do it. You know what I mean? I'm faking it, really.
Right. So when I try to play it, like it's like slow motion, you know, like your fingers are moving like that. You're like,
like they're not working to their full capacity.
Yeah, dude. and I remember like the clans, like they not give a fuck. They were. I remember we finished the hour and they're like, hey, like just keep playing, you know.
Yeah.
And they're like, dude, we'll put you 1,000 for 1 hour, for another hour. And we were like, dude, we want to go home. And they're like, come on, we'll pay you 2,000. And like we didn't do it, dude.
Like sign me up,
dude. That's how cold it was. Like we did not want to stay. You know
I would have
what I mean?
stayed.
No, dude.
I would have stayed.
Not with this cold. I swear to you, Sam, you did not want to stay.
I would have played Cascabel for.
Still, you would not be able to play Cascabel, bro.
Oh no,
you would be like fucking.
Well, if anything, it'll just drag out the song. So I mean, play it for 1 hour straight.
Nah, that was bad, man.
Just pull out Raúl Castillo and
said no. Right.
Start crying.
Pull my dad voice.
At the VG33 says, "What's the craziest senseless thing you've bought with good gig money?"
I was gonna say my Mac, but I mean I got pretty good use from it. Like it's not really use it. Like, it's very useful.
It's not really useless.
So I'm gonna go with my AirPods.
Really?
Yeah, they were like $250, dude.
But I mean that's. I know me specifically, like anytime, like especially for like El Día de la Virgen or Mother's Day, obviously we get like a big paycheck for those days, right?
Yeah.
But like it's funny because like every time I get the money, I'm like, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, and I never buy anything cool. It always goes to some like practical shit, and I'm like, I'm no fun.
Too. Like I only buy like one expensive thing like a year, like and it's for and it's in my birthday, you know.
yeah.
Like no one gives me shit, so I have to buy something for myself. So that's when I buy my AirPods, and I think that's because I mean, AirPods are kind of like very expensive
for what they are. Yeah. I mean, in the usefulness of that I have used them in, like I think it's worth it. You know what I mean?
they are a good.
They're a good product.
Yeah, but there's cheaper products for better or the same. You know what I mean? They really are, Sam.
I guess.
Because I made a whole research about it, you know. I was like, it's really worth it.
Chingon.
Yeah. I was like, because I'm going to spend like all the money on it, you know what I mean? But then I was like, it's Apple, you know, it goes with the iPhone. So
exactly.
I was like, and it's my birthday, so I
don't care what Android comes out with. I'm going to wait till Apple gets the same thing.
Right.
And then I act shocked as fuck.
Yeah.
I'm like,
really
yeah, I mean, just in general, like, yeah, like I said, like I always plan it. I'm all like, dude, I really want this or this and that, and I just never end up fucking buying it. But one thing about me, bro, that I've noticed that I've gotten older, I became a collector. Like, I really am a collector, bro. Like, and I don't know, I back then when you're a kid, you know, you have like your toys or you have your stuff, right, that you just kind of like you chill with, or like your interests, right? You have certain interests or whatever. But me, dude, I noticed that as I got older, a la chinga. Now that I'm a little bit older, like I like the satisfaction of collecting things.
I can see that.
I'm very much a collector. I started with bobbleheads, but this year with like MLB bobbleheads, obviously.
Right.
But with whole COVID, there hasn't been any MLB bobbleheads. I literally have every Texas Ranger bobblehead in existence. It only took one, bro. I was like, this is kind of cool. Now I want all of them. Like, that's literally what my brain said, you know?
Yeah.
And lately I've just been collecting Power Rangers, bro. Like, if y'all haven't noticed, I have different Power Rangers up every episode. But
Everyone's like, wait a fucking minute.
Yeah,
I go
right.
back to the episodes.
my wife's looking at all the transactions like toys. She's like, what? Nah, she has her own money.
Like,
I have my own
I
money.
didn't know I married a fucking baby.
Yeah, I just noticed that I think that's what it is really. Obviously, I like what I like, but I just like the satisfaction of like these are all mine. You know what I mean?
It's not creepy.
I know, right? Like only with my underwear on. I'm like, yes, finally. You know, no, but I don't know. I'm just like collector, so like that's really what I end up spending my money on. Since I don't drink, so I don't spend like like in like a 12-pack like $20-something.
I don't like beer. So
Okay, well, just in general, like people.
I know a bottle is like the cheapest.
Okay,
you can go is like $30.
Or okay, like a good bottle of tequila. How much is that?
Like like 30, 40, 50.
A good bottle?
Yeah.
Okay, so then I literally buy like a bottle of tequila once or twice a month. But like it with toys, like that. So like my budget comes out of me not drinking. You know what I mean? Like that's really my budget.
That's your excuse, bitch.
Yeah, that's my excuse. Like technically, you know what I mean. So yeah, that's just me. Like if with my gig money, I end up paying bills or buying stupid collectibles. I got new Power Rangers this week, by the way. And real quick, at NAAL123, what's y'all's opinion on Alexis and Matt's Mariachi Saga's podcast? If you didn't listen to the last podcast, we literally talked about that. Yeah. Literally go to the end. We talked about it a little bit. Those guys are cool. Go watch your shit if you want, but also watch our shit. That's all I can ask. That's it, man. That's the episode.
Yeah, thank you guys for watching. This is a long one, I guess.
Nah, not really. No,
cut it. Cut me.
Right? No. This is a good episode. I think this was fun. We didn't go over everything we wanted to, but está buena la plática. That's just what happens here on CharroBeans.
Yeah, we should make 2-hour episodes.
2 hours, dude. I don't know how people can do that, man. I'm not.
Anyways, thank you guys for
watching. I can barely do an hour.
Thank you guys for watching. This is CharroBeans.
CharroBeans. Come back next week. Appreciate you guys coming out. Please rate us. Like I said, follow, subscribe, like, rate, comment, do all that shit. Please help us out. I think that's it.
Yeah, thank you guys again. See you guys next week.
Thanksgiving's coming up. I'm excited for that shit. Peace out.
La verdad, ¿qué se siente?